this?
Mothership.
Mothership.
Mosh, as they say.
No, they
So
don't.
true.
They do.
They do?
Everybody abbreviates it Mosh.
I hate it.
It's Mothership. Mosh.
The two in the middle are maple. They're
Disgusting.
That's also how aliens work
It
too. The
sounds
middle
awful.
of them are maple. And it's fine.
you know,
Well, I know my future characters.
thank you, Steph.
Just a collection of maple donuts.
Yes.
Wow, these are stale.
It's the
Okay, they don't make
Dunkin'
donuts
Donuts
anymore, sir. They get trucked in.
Dunk it in your mango pineapple
The,
refresher.
Unfortunately, we can only get stale donuts on the Bell. They have to smuggle them in quite a long way. So.
I'm sitting here getting
There ain't
surgery
no maple
on my ass
trees.
cheek like these donuts are stale.
Yes, exactly. So these are your characters in character words as you were undergoing surgery. This is accurate. Yeah, we're going to talk about a little bit of long-term recovery and shore leave here. Before I do that, all three of you have characters?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we don't need to do any rolling in the meantime then. You've got them ready. But for you,
Everyone
Horace?
is amazed that you have your character ready.
Horace
I
Gondelstrom.
deleted all the party's names because they were,
Understandable.
But Horace is still alive, so. Horace, you
can
can
still
go
hear his
through
voice.
a bit of recovery.
He'll be with us.
Yeah,
There it is.
exactly. So, you've got a few things that are usually conditions on your sheet written down, and wounds as well.
I'm scared of Jimmy, I'm doomed, and I have a hole in my ass.
Yes, exactly. So, for recovery, wounds and conditions require professional treatment. And we can basically just kind of work out, there's like an example table in the book, for example, but we can kind of work things out, especially because here on the Bell, you don't have access to like super fancy stuff.
There robot brains you have to put in the vending machine before
Right.
a surgeon pops out.
Exactly. You can convert those 12 cores into 12,000 credits. So that's a good start.
I kind of would have expected more.
Yeah, I think it was 1,000 credits per core. I'm pretty sure that was the offering.
I guess you get what you're given.
Yeah. It's not bad for a default loot off of the and for the amount of danger that those guys represent. I don't remember where I read that here, but it's in here somewhere. Regardless, everyone else remembers similar. So you have that many credits added. I think as far as medical facilities here, Arcady can probably perform some basic first aid, but he's probably not like a surgeon. And Noriko, with her whole weird chapel, may be able to do some weird chapel medicine.
That sounds safe.
It sounds very safe. So you could potentially do that. She is offered to perform the sacrament at any time for you.
No.
And I think she could probably also do similar other services. But if you want to just spend time drinking, trying to relieve stress, those kinds of things are all options. Now, what wounds and conditions do you have at the moment? I think there's mainly, you have a bullet in your ass. That's one of them.
I'm doomed,
Right.
which I think was a panic thing.
Yes.
I assume that just kind of goes away.
No, conditions, you do have to have professional
You'd think
treated.
so.
How do you professionally treat being doomed?
Oh,
Perhaps
Sounds
you
like
should-
perhaps a cult could help you.
Yeah,
with that.
perhaps a cult could help you with that. Precisely.
I don't even remember what it does.
All of your critical successes are critical failures instead. Bad.
See, I'd just go try some Minotaur flesh if I were you. But then that's my answer to most things.
I don't believe that hocus pocus bullshit.
That's fair.
My new character is a pseudo doctor. Maybe
Possibly.
maybe word gets to somebody and the two of them come into contact at some point.
So there is
That-
on the
through the
list of
aspector.
the example tables here, there is a med pod, and I feel like somebody would have gotten a med pod here at some point, even if it was salvaged from the actual facility to the Bell, not smuggled in. That would be 6,000 credits on a week-long treatment, but it would restore 1 wound of your choice.
I do that.
Alright, so you'll spend a week in there.
I want to know if
You'll-
you'll be doomed or
the med pod will slowly extract the bullet out of your ass over a week's long time.
or full med magnets.
So, this takes a while, you know.
So,
Let's take a lot of breaks.
is that enough time to clear the bends and stress?
So the bends, that is a good question.
I believe it was like a week or 2 out and they go away.
It's something along those lines, yes.
Oh, yeah, were we supposed to start with like a default amount of bends?
10. Start with
Okay.
10 bends.
Awfully bendy, these corridors.
Where was the
You
section
okay?
on bends? Apologies.
I have 10 bends, what do you think?
Organized. There's a section on bends in the back. That will be about board.
This is going to go.
No.
So,
Oh,
my 17
I
body
must
save.
have literally
that's
just
pretty
walked
good.
past. There it is. Okay, the bends.
The face eater robot is going to look at me wrong and I'm going to die.
Every week spent away decreases it by 1d5.
Mm.
So that there you go.
How many weeks was it?
1d5 per week.
I know, but how many was I gone?
Oh, well, we can just say you were out here for a while. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how much it would cost you to stay in the Bell. I don't think it was terribly expensive.
It was free up until now, but I think that's just because we had no life expectancy.
You
that's
gotta like
part
be
of
able to
it.
afford food.
I think if you, I'm gonna say the time you spend in the med pod is covered.
Meat for dinner.
That's in the 6,000 credits. But if you're going to be buying food and drink and stuff for other activities, while you're here to recover
How long was I
stress
in the
and
pod
things,
again?
1 week in the pod. So you could roll 1d5 and recover that much.
Get that out of the way. I rolled a 9 on a d10.
That's pretty good.
So that's max. Yes.
So 5 gone.
Yep. I believe that's how that works.
Now I don't believe the bends are a real thing, so I
One,
wouldn't
two,
keep
two,
chilling.
Yeah.
Does that also fill my health back up? I imagine so. It's a med pod.
We'll say it fills up your. Yeah, why not? I think that makes sense.
Because otherwise, you just kind of body save and regenerate. So those wounds
Yes.
aren't.
That would just happen. We'll say yes. That makes sense.
And then my stress.
Yes. So there's a couple things you can do with stress. If you have a lot of money, which you currently do, you can take what's called shore leave. And depending on the location, that can be kind of pricey, but it can be very good for you. Or you can just try to like drink away your stress, basically, or do other things to recover your stress slowly.
What options do you have for shore leave while you're surrounded by a military blockade?
That's a good question. So I'm considering this an somewhere between an X class and a C class port on the shore leave table. In that an X class port is considered somewhere completely separated from legal authority, like a pirate base of some kind. But a C class port is a port that has not much support in the way. It's like just very out of the way and remote. So this is absolutely kind of a pirate port. It's not under any actual authority, even though it's surrounded by a military blockade. But it's also very remote due to it being surrounded by a military blockade. So the amount of stuff you can get here is sort of limited because you have to smuggle it in, but it's also...
But if you want it,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna probably say no to you.
Right, but it also, like, there could be some danger to acquiring whatever materials you need for your shore leave. So, if you'd like to take shore leave, this is the nice thing. Shore leave converts your stress into benefits for your character. So you convert stress points into improvements to your save scores, so your character gets better at surviving. However, it is significantly more expensive, and it comes at a risk. You'll make a roll, and potentially it could just make things worse. If you try to like smuggle something in during your shore leave that gets you in trouble or something like that. There's all sorts of options.
I'll do that.
Okay. So, for this port, I'm going to put it right between X class and C class. So we're going to say this will be 1d10 times 1,000 credits for shore leave.
We'll only have 950 left. So I don't think I
950
can.
cards How'd you end up with that?
I only made...
Made 12,000. Right?
Yeah, you had a lot.
You made 12,000, then you spent
Alright, I
6,000.
wrote it down as 1200.
Oh, oops. So you got 10 times more than that, or whatever.
There we go.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
So it would cost me
You still may not be able to afford it.
all of it.
Oh. So you could do that, but it would it'd help recover your character and stuff.
I'll do that.
You know what?
Increasing your saves is worth it.
So how much stress do you currently have?
22.
22. So roll
Yeah, take
2d10, and that's how much stress you will convert.
I'm just going to run out of the car, grab my dice, and be right back.
5 and max. So 15.
5 and max of, 15. That's a pretty sweet deal. Oh, before you do, I'm sorry. Make a sanity save.
Is this a 1 to 10 or a 0 to 9 roll for the 2d10s?
It was 1 to 10, yeah.
That fails.
Okay, a failure. Okay, so on a failure of the sanity save, you do not convert any stress, but you relieve all stress, going back down to your minimum, and then gain 1 stress for failing the sanity save. I like that they clarify that. So you go down to 3 at least, but you don't gain any character benefit. Alright.
I don't believe in the rat statue.
Fair?
I
It
think
literally creates
It's been
meat
like
and
there have been
cigarettes.
more cigarettes in your pocket every day.
I would have basically as soon as I got back. I'm pretty sure what happened is the kid just went full klepto. I mean, he stole a rat statue. And when I
And then
dumped
I-
his
as
bag
it
into
goes,
my
I
bag,
put more cigarettes in your pockets.
You're just finding more cigarettes that were in his.
that were in his, so I would trade that
I will never forgive you. Just want to let you know.
away
From beyond the
to the man who runs this place
So, Katie? Okay.
as dumb bullshit garbage for money and probably to cover my stay here forever.
Okay.
I feel like I can work that out considering it generates supplies, even if I don't believe
Yes.
it does.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
It's almost dead.
Um,
kind of surprised you believe
Well,
androids
that's on
exist
my
at this
phone.
point.
It's okay.
I have a good history with working deals out with him.
well, I don't think I can pay you the full worth of it right now.
Understandable.
But if we can get this smuggled out of here, I will keep you updated on what we get for it. I'll hold on to it for you here for now, in our lost and found section here in safekeeping. And
The bell hole.
yes, you can stay here for free. You'll have to pay for other services if you need the med pod or if you need extra booze or whatever. That'll still be an extra payment. We have to smuggle that stuff in, but otherwise, yes, you can stay here for free. Hopefully, in a few days' time, we'll hear back on potential offers for that item, and who knows? I might keep it for myself.
It's too bad though. If this was a real rat, you'd gotten so much more for it.
Yeah, I could throw it into a pod to explode.
They're very useful.
It's like a canary in a space mine.
We had some
But that's a rat.
I can't read
some
that.
new divers have arrived
Elaborate.
who are looking for a group, and I know you are recently out of a group, so
Nice.
they've gathered outside the chapel if you'd like to go introduce yourself.
No damn clankers are there.
Though, not that I could tell, but they're making them harder to tell every day.
I'm not dealing with that ever again.
You can never tell when we're this close to the deep.
Well, which way did they come from?
From outside the deep, you have a
Tell you what, since you're
point. Which way is up in space?
since you're holding on to that golden, actually definitely magic artifact for me, how about you toss me another spacesuit? You can take it out of what you pay me for. when it's done.
Deal. I'm going to rummage around and pull out a standard spacesuit for you.
The 5 armor.
The hazard suit.
Some oxygen.
I ain't giving up on them crates.
Understood. So, you guys want to introduce your characters? Start with Taylor.
Alright, I'm playing Bessie Ricardo. She's a scientist. She is the greatest artificial intelligence researcher the galaxy has ever seen, definitely.
Ooh,
That's definitely the truth. Don't worry about it.
I'm not, man. That's convincing.
And she comes advertising her services as a real-life medical doctor. She literally has a med scanner and a vaccine. She forgot which one it's for, but it's a vaccine.
It is.
Her patch says, "Be sure double tap." She says it's ironic. If you ask her for more details, she seems confused as to why you don't get it. That is all.
Excellent.
My patch is a succubus, by the way, like the good old fashioned like trucker.
Is it just a truck flap that you like sewed under your?
Essentially, yeah.
Incredible.
Reminds me of my wife.
This is an acne-ridden teenager. His name is Duncan Colorado.
Okay, awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He is also
Fucking Duncan.
yeah. I'm like, what would piss Ferdinand off more? Another Hugh.
Base Duncan.
Original Duncan's alright.
He is also a scientist. What is a vac suit?
It's a spacesuit, like a little heavier than a hazmat suit.
Okay.
It's designed for outer space operations.
Oh no, I only have a lab coat. I don't have a space.
That's not good.
So the vac suit has a lot more oxygen. It has 12 hours of oxygen.
I also
It
have
has,
an oxygen tank, so I'm prepared.
It has radiation shielding, the headlamp, decompression. Decompression if punctured, that's what that phrase is.
It has decompression.
Has decompression. They all have decompression ratings, but this one lasts the longest if it's punctured, unlike the others.
Nice.
But it has very low armor, the lowest armor of all the spacesuits, and it's heavy. It's very bulky. It's not so you have disadvantage on speed checks while wearing it.
I have.
You're wearing a real ass astronaut spacesuit.
Basically, yeah.
I have the expert skill in hacking. I have military training and no weapon.
Okay.
That reminds me.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Can I get trained in guns here?
Can you get trained with guns here? Yes, it would take some time.
I imagine there's a lot of people who know firearms here.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely an option, depending on who you talk to, but training a skill takes a while.
Good deal.
Yeah, so you went from multiple
is that an
androids
expert
to
level
all
skill?
scientists.
It is,
We're gonna-
and I
let's-
have the prerequisite from Rimwise. You can't do
The
that from
stress would be
Rimwise
soaring.
or
Only
military.
because I was banned from making another android. I might still be an android underneath. I don't know.
You're studying full
This
time.
could be.
That would take 2 years
No guarantees.
and 25,000
Human
credits.
wearing
fucking
a
hell.
robot skin. With human skin on top of that.
If you have additional
I'll never see it coming.
resources,
It's like Gorillas in the Mist.
that,
with
that can
androids.
reduce the time required. So if you like find something in deep that's like, I don't know, a special AI training software
I'm a dude
specifically to
pretending
like
to be a dude,
beam
pretending to be
firearms
another
into your
dude.
head, not with the bullets but with the training.
Yeah.
That kind of thing could certainly help.
Actors.
By default, unless you find a better way to do it, that's what you got.
It's fine, I guess. I just won't be good at guns. I don't know if I can take 2 years just sitting around.
You're so useful.
I think Steph's done.
I'm done. Yeah.
Yes.
You know they train cops in firearms for like 15 minutes, right?
Yes, and then they have to qualify like once a year.
I think there's a difference between you being able to pick up a firearm and shoot it like you have just already by having a gun in your inventory.
I missed every shot.
Versus like being a professional shooter who's like you're trained on being extremely accurate with it.
You're actually
Yeah,
gonna hit
where I
stuff.
used the same gun one time and did 42 points of damage. I also went scientist.
Excellent.
Let's go.
So, yeah, we traded in our androids for scientists.
We got lost on the way to the convention.
Next week there's going to be a no scientist rule.
Yes. Yes.
Goddamn eggheads.
Instead of going the AI route, I went engineering.
Excellent.
Is there anybody you're
I
not
do have
going
a
to be
vac
racist
suit.
toward?
I've got a rigging gun, whatever the hell that does.
Gun that shoots rigging.
And a sample collection kit.
Ooh.
In case we come across something interesting.
And the scientist trauma response is whenever you fail a sanity save, all close friendly players gain 1
Oh,
stress.
we're going to be stress delicious.
This will be great. You guys are on the heart
We're
attack
just gonna be
train.
like a nervous little pod of
Yes.
We're all mad
nerds.
scientists.
As you all spread stress to each other, and then that causes more checks, and then that
Incredible.
causes more stress. to
Yes.
You're just like, we're all gonna die.
Oh God, we're gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
We're gonna die.
Our shore leave is just going to be jumping into the
The
void of
first
space.
scientist that loops. We're gonna die.
He's just
How
gonna
fast
end
can
up
we
shooting
speed
us all.
run
with
party
it.
wiping?
You're all gonna have 100 stress, and it's just gonna explode.
Go
Okay.
home, spend the rest of
Well,
my
on
money.
the
going
positive
to shore
side,
leave.
we all have plus 30 to our sanity save.
That's very nice. Yeah. So it's unlikely for that to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not impossible.
Names again. Sorry.
Bessie.
Bessie.
Duncan.
Bessie Duncan.
Zane.
Zane. Bessie Duncan and Zane and Horace. Bessie Duncan Zane. Horace.
Horace
Bessie,
Gondelstrom.
Okay. I'll try. So.
Yeah.
Bessie, Duncan, and Zane. Horace approaches you. You're all waiting outside the cluster of candles surrounding the chapel. I don't know if you've gone in the chapel yet, but I'm going to assume all 3 of you are new arrivals, and since you're all scientists, perhaps you came here together.
We're just like
Yeah, I feel like that
hands
makes
in the
sense.
skin.
What are we here for?
Well, you've got AI
Yeah.
and
Engineering
engineering.
and AI.
And AI.
So both AI.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
So you guys got
So maybe-
fired.
Maybe you're here to maybe you're here.
We're here to steal corporate
specifically-
secrets, maybe.
That or to like study whatever technology they had. Yeah, corporate secrets about like what makes these androids so interesting, right? If they are really advanced AI and really advanced technology that makes them seem human, then like there's some things to find out there, right? Oh, how's that sound?
Sounds
sounds
good.
good.
Wonderful.
There you go.
It's all going to go to shit anyway.
Yes.
We'll be
But
dead
this
within
place
the
is a
hour,
bit
so-
of a dump. Yeah, I was told they had all state-of-the-art machinery, facilities, equipment. This all just looks like a dump to me. I could have stayed home.
Are we from the backwater?
I am. I don't know about you.
I feel like Duncan, Idaho sounds like it is. as well.
It's Duncan, Colorado. He's
Colorado.
legally
Sorry,
distinct.
Thank you. You're right.
Duncan, Idaho is his maiden name.
That's his ancestor. This is the future.
He
No,
is,
there's
I like how you kept the first.
he is
name.
very
infinite Duncan
distantly
Idaho's.
related to a high fantasy elf.
That makes
Nobody
sense.
remembers.
There's probably a planet out there.
That's his D&D character.
Hey, you over there. You a local? We have some questions.
I just asked you if you were a clanker.
Let that pass.
Well, you look like you got 3 brain cells between your ears. Unlike most of these other people around here.
You ain't gonna last long, are you, new me?
I do think he's a local. We're looking for a guide to get inside. Would you be amenable to assisting us with that?
You don't really need a guide. You need a ship,
Well, can you provide us with that?
I guess.
We'll see. First negotiation done, we have made contact.
It's a little scary. I don't.
Furiously scribble some notes.
You say he's a little scary. And then Noriko walks behind him with a phrase. He's just walking along, and then like 10 seconds later, that other guy who's like half robot, what's his name? He was so creepy. A ghost eater. The guy
yes.
who's got like a half robot face, is like a robot skeleton and stuff. Wears like a dark cloak over himself.
Oh, look, you got one of them aboard. Hello, I'm Bessie. We've come here to do some research.
Don't talk to him.
Oh, you look like you could use a little tuning up. Unfortunately, I don't have any of my tools with me. We'll talk
Just
later.
silently turns and walks away. Still heavily breathing. their robotic treatment.
Just step between the religious freaks and these idiots and just kind of shuffle them towards.
Hello, are you here for the sacrament?
No,
Oh,
no.
please tell me more. I don't know of any sacrament, but I would love to hear all
Shut your
about it.
damn. You don't want anything to do.
Do you know of any sacrament? No, but I peed my
Excellent,
pants
I
like
got
3
dibs.
times.
I got dibs then.
Okay.
Lord.
You could do peer review though. I'll ask you first.
Are any of you even armed?
Have you visited the chapel?
I have not visited
I
the
have
chapel.
this thing. I show him the rigging gun.
I have a screwdriver. That's all they let me take.
You're all
That's
gonna
patrol.
die.
Oh, well, surely not.
So none of you have encountered the Minotaur at all, then?
They just got here. Leave them alone.
I don't know anything about this
precisely why
Minotaur.
I'm listening, so.
I do not know anything about this Minotaur. Who is this Minotaur?
Is there a
I
minotaur
saved you.
running around the ship?
Oh no. Well, yes. He's
Which
always
is
with
it?
us. He can always be with you too.
Would you let them get their feet wet?
Are you going down to the
My
deep?
feet are
Oh
already
yes,
kind of wet.
as soon as possible, I hope.
Well, if you make contact with the Minotaur, please let me know. I've been looking for him again. It's been so
Oh,
long.
can you describe this Minotaur? Is it a sort of beefy individual?
She seems to think about it for way too long.
I may have said the wrong thing.
Yes and no. The Minotaur has enough flesh for all of us, but I don't know if beefy is how I'd describe it.
Is it more of a sort of gamey meat? Is it more
I'd imagine so, yes.
foul-ish? Perhaps a hint of trout? Insectoid in nature?
It is the flesh of a god.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else compares.
I see.
Uh-huh.
But if I find any flesh, I
get us
suppose
out of
I will
here?
load it.
I'm going to needlessly go on my radio. Yeah, we need a ride to the bell. I could walk over there, but instead, I'm basically like, oh, I got a call. I can make it.
Oh, good. They have
Oh.
wireless communication.
Floor 2 should have the Minotaur if you would like to find him. So, best of
Lord
luck.
too.
But don't be confused, not the other floor 2, the real floor 2. You know, I'm sure. Well, your guide knows.
I do.
Oh,
So you've
what is
seen the
this
Minotaur.
what is this rear floor too?
Don't worry about it.
How many
I cannot
floor twos
I
are
tell what
there?
I wrote on this.
That's
Used
F2 used to be lubrication.
Yes.
So,
Used to be
there was, on the elevator when you got into the reception
Yes.
hall, you could go up to like the second floor of reception, but that was distinct from the second floor of the, the mega structure.
Yeah.
What the hell does that say?
Like, I'll let you figure out what that says.
I don't there's an L maybe? There's
I don't-
maybe an I in the middle? I think it ends in an ON.
Tron.
Used to be Tron. Okay.
I don't think that's what it says.
Lubiblon. It used to be Lubiblon.
Fair
Used to be
enough.
Lubidon.
Yes.
I don't think you've been to the like floor 2 of the main structure.
Right.
No, it would have
No.
required.
Somebody would have had to mangle the elevator
Yes.
controls and all that.
And you all wouldn't let me do it.
Right.
No, because you're a
I already died.
jumpy, punky little.
Thankfully this character has a screwdriver.
Is it a sonic screw?
I think it would be much more useful than what I have.
Well, anyways, if you do go down there, please do tell me how it went.
Oh, I will do.
And the chapel's doors are always open. I don't sleep anymore.
That seems useful.
Yes.
I've heard that if you replace your blood with different kinds of substances,
How
you can
soon can
achieve
we
that
leave
effect.
first?
As soon as you drag this one away from this one.
Do we need to drag this one? We can come back and get him later.
What's the percentage of formaldehyde in your blood currently?
I'm not sure.
We'll have to check that later.
I have not gotten tested for that.
You
in a
have something
long
you can
time.
hit him over the head with?
Not in here.
I have an oxygen tank. It seems overkill.
By the way, all of you seem to be awfully suited up. Where might I get one of these
Oh, I do have a
space
weapon.
suits? I seem to
I have a
have
scalpel.
neglected to
scalpel.
pack it.
Got any money?
They didn't
A
have
little
that
bit
in
of
my
pocket
initial.
change.
Yeah.
Took most of it to get over here.
You're gonna need more than a
I got 120 credits.
No, you ain't getting one.
Well, that's unfortunate. I suppose I have to hold my breath. That was sarcasm. I know you can't hold your breath in space. I'm not stupid.
I'd love it if you'd try.
You shouldn't need a spacesuit if you're going to floor 2.
Oh, well, that's helpful to know.
I just leave.
I'm following him.
Yes.
I've been around Looney Tunes far more than I have in the week that I've been here, and I don't plan on spending any more time.
Very fair.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
So
She
if
seemed nice.
you want to avoid the crazies.
Oh, like which ones?
Well, you're a lost cause.
He goes, oh, which one? You just hear breathing behind you.
Uh-huh.
Are there any Jimmys alive? I don't remember.
They all mysteriously disappeared while he was in the med pod. I don't know.
I couldn't remember if
There
they
was
had
only
all
one
managed-
here,
They feeding
and we
them into
dragged
the
him
med pod
back
to heal them.
and killed him.
Oh, did you drag the one here back? That's right. Okay.
Yes, we
There you
took
go.
him back and
That's the
So I think they're all dead. All the ones we've encountered.
Well, that
We killed,
locker,
like,
the
3
locker
less.
was
Yeah.
gone, so.
True.
The locker was mangled.
Doesn't mean there's no Jimmys in it.
Yes.
just be a
There
mangled
could be a mangled Jimmy. I expect a mangled
There's
Jimmy.
gonna be an extrusion of Jimmys coming from it the next time you
One Jimmy mangles out, and then it puts another one the next day.
The door no longer closes.
A new Minotaur is born.
Jimmy Spaghetti.
The Gymmator.
So Zane is just gonna hang with Horace until we get to wherever it is we're going.
Are you headed down to the deep?
We are ground rules, kids. Avoid the crazies. Everything's trying to kill you, and don't be curious.
But that hardly seems fair. How am I supposed to get my work done if I'm not curious? Are you aware that curiosity is the foundation of all scientific discovery?
It's true. It's
See
part of our
Rule
job
2.
description. What was Rule 2 again?
Everything's trying to kill you.
Are you
You'll-
trying to kill me?
Well, that's what
If
you're
you keep
for.
running your mouth.
You'll get used to him after a while.
Listen, I ain't your bodyguard. I'm your guide. And if your guide says don't touch that, and you touch that, it's your fault when you get shredded.
All right.
As the old saying was, curiosity kills the space captain.
That's unfortunate.
There are a lot of things that will shred us.
Yes.
Oh.
In fact, most things. I'm sure you'll be fine.
I appreciate your vote of confidence.
I was lying.
Oh.
I like the honesty.
And none of you are robots, no?
No.
Do any of us really know for sure?
There's always a chance.
Arcady just stares off of this. Like he's going through more flashbacks. He doesn't answer.
I suppose
He
we
he
all,
looks pale and he gets into a ship. And
all robots of one kind or another, just, most of us made of meat.
Yeah, well, I can tell you from recent experience that I meet all the way down.
If you say so.
Meat Robot is my brand name.
I think they could see bone in there.
Most people do have them. It's the ones that don't have them you gotta watch out for.
You have no idea how right you are. Oh yeah. Superseding rule. Every robot hates you.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it says it doesn't.
Of course.
It will betray you.
Understand.
Immediately.
That is what they do. It's that predictability that makes them so enthralling.
You sound bitter.
You have no idea.
We have arrived.
As if something happened to you
thank
that
God.
you deserved.
Shh, the doors open up, and you guys are at the dock. No, you aren't. 4.
Huzzah.
Oh, I wish I had brought my camera.
I guess I should ask you, Horace, would you request to go to the main dock you've been taken to previously, or to the new dock you uncovered at the engineering section?
Maybe if I had soldiers and not a bunch of people that are about to hurl themselves into actual death.
Yes.
No, these kids are about to explore floor 1 with me.
Alright. That makes total sense.
All those doors that we didn't bother opening, that's today.
That's the day. Alright.
Every time we walk by a door and don't open it, the danger inside grows like tenfold, I'm sure.
Yes. Alright. So, you're in the docks. I assume you head towards the big double doors that open up and lead you into the reception area. And just as a reminder, there was a corpse hanging from the rafters,
Yes.
which I think was still there. And there's like graffiti on the wall that says "one way out." And there's an elevator that leads to either floor 2 or floor 2.
We go to the easy floor 2.
Alright.
That is a dreadful sight.
It's the nicest thing you'll see.
Why hasn't anybody cut that down?
Might get electrocuted.
Is that what happened to him?
I don't know. I didn't cut him down and check. He was there when I got here.
Ding! The elevator doors open, and you're on floor 2.
Yes.
This is the Jimmy floor, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can read none of that.
So there's the hall here.
Uh-huh.
There's a kitchen, cafeteria, hall, security checkpoint that leads back to the kitchen. Cafeteria leads back to the hall. There's meeting rooms, rec rooms, storage cubicles, doors on the hall. There's also a hallway that leads to it. We think maybe escape pods.
Okay.
And also elevator too.
Well, didn't we go to the escape pod?
Oh,
room?
yeah,
That's
when we
where
killed
the
a rat.
That's where the rat blew up.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna start poking around the doors we ignored. Because when Horace got here the first time, he was like, let's just get in, find something amazing, and leave.
Yes. Makes sense.
That dream is dead, so...
You found a rat, but that's not
Yeah, it's pretty
amazing,
cool.
So.
So this is where all the androids are?
If we're lucky, no.
Oh. Well, what are we gonna find around here?
You'd be surprised.
By what?
It wouldn't be a surprise if I could tell you.
That's very fair.
He's got a point.
But remember Rule 2 and superseding Rule.
Mm-hmm.
If you see an android, do not talk to it.
Well, no, it wants to kill me.
Yes.
Do we just shoot it?
Do you have a gun?
I'll
No.
look my rigging gun again.
I have a scalpel.
We are here to observe, first and foremost.
Yes, indeed. So, a couple rooms you haven't explored on this floor are, there's a couple meeting rooms off of these hallways before you enter into the cafeteria, sort of in that block. And then you can either go through the cafeteria past that checkpoint, or you can go through the checkpoint that bypasses the cafeteria.
Okay.
But I think you've explored most things on this floor.
Everything but those first doors.
Yeah.
And that one door that had like the box against the wall.
There was something weird, a box against the wall in the storage room that you guys just said, I'm not touching that, that's definitely a trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we searched the first couple rooms, which are going to have fuck all in them.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Does one of us still have that thing that detects life?
Yeah, me, and I'm going to see if there's anything but a Jimmy on this floor.
Is there a Jimmy on this floor?
You do detect one other life sign on this floor, yes. You can't get a precise read on it, it's too far away, but there's something with you on this floor, yes. It's small enough floor that I think you can tell that at least. But it's not in either of these meeting rooms ahead of you here, so you just, pop those open.
Yep.
Inside the first meeting room, it's got just nice office carpet that is very worn down and old at this point, but the kind of carpet that office chairs would sit in, the rollover decently well. There's office chairs just kind of scattered throughout the room, mostly pushed up against the walls. People are shuffling them out of the way and stuff like that. There is a meeting table in the middle of the room with the words "fuck off" carved into it with a knife on top. And it's flipped towards the door of the room. And you can see a backpack kind of tumbled out halfway behind the table. Like if you were to walk around the table, you could get to the backpack. But the message on the table clearly tells you to fuck off.
Yep.
But there is what appears to be loot behind it.
Oh, look, it seems that somebody has dropped a pack that may or may not contain something interesting.
I open it.
I leave the room while they walk towards it.
Yeah. Okay, so you
I remember grenade locker, and I immediately get out
Yep.
of flat stream.
I'm not going to join you, but I'm going to stand
I'll join
probably
you.
like 6 feet
Okay.
away, just like waiting to mark down whatever.
50-50
you
shot
find.
that explodes.
So, you open up the backpack, unzip it, you pull it out from behind the table. There doesn't appear to be anything else behind the table, just this backpack there. And once you get back there, you notice that it appears to have been like leaned in a way so that it was specifically in view of the door, which seems strange. Like there's nothing else back here. There's no reason it would have to be tucked in that way, but it is here. And you unzip it, and inside there are what appears to be a box of shotgun shells, a flashlight, and a little pouch that you pull that out and unzip it, and there are 6 stim packs in it.
Nice.
Oh, look at you.
Yes, indeed.
Why would somebody leave perfectly good survival supplies just sitting right there? I cannot imagine that it was a gift. So somebody, perhaps they set their pack down just there, and then they meandered away for a couple steps, and then something snatched him up into the ceiling tiles. Whether or not there are ceiling tiles, that may be another issue entirely. I do not like the vibes I am getting from this room, and I am going to leave. And I turn around and leave.
Nicest room you're gonna see.
I'll take a walk around the perimeter where the chairs are and see if there's anything hidden amongst the chairs.
Okay, roll me a d100.
6.
Ooh, okay. You find another backpack tucked behind some of the chairs that has 1 EMP grenade in it.
Ooh.
Woohoo.
Woo.
You said all guns take like the same ammo.
Bullet guns and shell guns.
Space
I guess,
bullet
are different.
TM.
Yeah, we had kind of been
I
running
thought
it
you said
that
they were
way.
just all translating to space bullets.
Yes, I think these in particular are shotgun shells.
Does anybody have a gun? I don't. I don't. Like, I
My
don't.
rigging gun does not take shotgun shells.
Yeah,
I'm
perhaps.
concerned if they did.
I don't see shotgun shells
It
on.
seems to
thing.
fire out some sort of
Well, maybe we'll find
prong thing with
a
a
shotgun
line
in it.
attached to it.
I would just add it as a custom item
Yeah.
if you don't have a shotgun. And then we
How
can-
many did you say?
12 shotgun shells.
Thank you.
Is
Sorry.
there even a shotgun in the book?
One would hope.
If you bring them back to the station, you might be able to trade them in for other ammo or something. But... Okay. Into the
Oh,
next
also-
room, or is anyone else searching this room more?
I'd like to continue to the next room.
All right. In the next room, this one appears to is another meeting room, and like it's the same kind of vibe. With all the chairs being shoved to the side as people have flipped them over and searched the room already many times. But the table in the middle has been smashed down the middle, like somebody took a sledgehammer to it or something
Goodness.
and just cracked it right in half. There's like all sorts of dents all over it, like they took a few different impacts to it to try and break it. And there are torn books everywhere, just pages thrown all over the place. But the most important thing in the room, probably, is what appears to be a little cube about 9 inches on a side in the middle of the room. And it looks like a little computer of some kind. It's not hooked up to anything, there's no wires coming out of it, but it just has lights beeping all over it and stuff like that. And sort of very similar to those energy lines you saw in that one corridor in our last session, Horace, where it was like the sort of server architecture and interconnected data place. That same kind of like electrical lines that sort of pulse electricity around them, like it's very advanced computer technology, whatever it is, very alien computer technology. However, you can very clearly see, strapped on top of it is an EMP mine. Like somebody has placed an EMP mine on this thing to make sure that it will not be easy to pick up.
Oh, that looks like exactly the sort of thing we are here to find.
That can explode.
If you fuck with it.
So how do we get it without fucking with it?
Horace, are we ever going to need things to build a fire with?
Are you gonna set it on
Maybe.
fire?
Well, no, but there's paper here and wood.
There's at least one thing kind of made out of meat that I think would burn pretty good.
What?
Why would meat burn?
Why are you?
Will it burn better than an android?
So you were thinking we're gonna make a fire and just like push somebody into it?
We'll push the fire.
I guess
into
I'll
that.
go look at the books as I'm gathering some paper.
I'd also like to survey around for books that I.
Now I am
find
not gonna
interesting.
fuck with this, but if the mine is just like face down with like a button, and that like when it gets released it will explode, you could jam a book up under it so that it never actually.
Yeah, I'm picturing more like you can clearly see an EMP mine on the floor, and it's already resting on it, having triggered it. And as soon as it moves again, it'll go off and sort of like all strapped together, like the EMP mine floor to the thing. It's all clearly designed so it'll be very difficult to pick up without triggering the mine. But you can potentially figure a way around that. I don't know. Throw something at it and run. I don't know.
Yeah.
what you want.
That might fry the thing.
It might.
You probably will.
Make Jimmy do it.
We'll have to put our heads together and figure out how we're going to get this.
Wants to try and diffuse it, like there's options.
We'll think about it. We'll come back to it. Clearly, the people have looked at it and decided it was not worth messing with. So I think it should be fine for a while. You do have to wonder why whoever put it there didn't just take it back themselves and sell it, even if they were not of the particular cerebellic capacity to make any use of it themselves.
People like to booby trap shit.
Yeah, people seem like assholes around here.
I kind of want it though.
Yeah, so do I.
Well, if you work together, I'm sure you can figure
Yeah.
something out. And I leave.
How close to hacking is bomb defusal?
Explosives is off of jury rigging and chemistry.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
that's
that
not
might be
me.
different enough. But you could still apply an intellect roll to it, I think. But
Yeah, I don't want to blow up.
It's an EMP grenade. It's not gonna hurt you.
Can I use a med scanner to like
that's
X-ray the internals of the E EMP?
Like we got hit by all those EMP grenades, and only the androids took damage. So I don't think this thing is actually going to damage whoever gets hit with it, but it will fry the thing you're trying to steal.
I will allow it with a roll. But if it's a critical fail on the roll, I think you set the mine off with the scanner somehow.
All right. Would that be an
What the hell
intellect
are you,
roll?
what are you doing, Bessie?
Oh, I'm just trying to get a better picture of the inside of this thing here. Intellect plus what?
If you have a skill that sounds relevant.
Do computers work?
I think explosives would make the most sense.
Okay,
if you
I don't
had
have
a-
anything that
Yeah.
applies. Success.
Success. Okay. Not a critical success. Not a critical failure.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy happens, but it looks. I mean, not that you saw the ones Horace had before, but it is the exact same model of
Yeah.
the mines you had before. Are those were grenades? This is
They were
not,
grenades
but-
we strung together.
Yeah, it's the same exact mechanism. You can tell that it is clearly armed. It is clearly like not a dud. It looks to be a fully
Yeah.
functioning EMP mine. It's not like somebody is putting a fake out here or anything like that. Yeah, but I mean it looks functional. I guess having a slight picture of the inside. If anyone does want to try and defuse it, I'd give you advantage.
Okay.
But you don't notice any other details.
I would like
Where's
to
the
try to
mechanism
defuse
there?
it. Would military training help?
I've allowed military training.
I can do
Military
that.
training
And
you
an
have
intellect roll at advantage?
Yeah.
Well,
Just
it's not
don't make
I'm
contact
just
with
going
those
to
two
be way
elements
over in
there.
a corner,
Those two
picking
there.
up books
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
looking
just
through
not
chairs.
those two there.
so-
Success.
I'm out in the hallway smoking like they're gonna die.
So you very carefully,
It's a good thing I had the advantage.
Yes.
very carefully knowing how the insides are laid out, manage to just pry open a certain compartment on it and just reach in and snip a wire, and the thing powers off and stops beeping. Everyone wipes sweat off of their faces. Even inside your spacesuit, you wipe sweat off the dome somehow.
So you're the one wiping the sweat then.
Just get a squeegee.
Nice. Fogged up on the inside.
Give
Get
a
a
little
squeegee
windshield
on the
wiper.
inside of the thing.
I just got wipers.
Yeah.
Nice.
That happens a lot. Bond diffusals. Yeah.
This
So you
would
managed
potentially
to-
be useful if we need
Trap
if we need a power cell or something.
What do I call that?
The cube
The
Yeah.
cube.
Are you
The
picking it up?
cube. Is that in the list or is that a custom?
is not in the list,
Okay.
but do you pick it up?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh God, am I about to?
Do it.
As soon as you have unstrapped it and you pick it up, you hear a voice in all of the communication systems on your suit, like in your ears, whatever communication systems you have attached to you, that are like in physical contact with the cube. Because I imagine your suit has like speakers and you have a headset on or whatever. All of those have a voice blare out through them. That's like,
Huzzah! You have freed me! I have been set free from this place. There are 10 billion years left until the heat death of the universe. Time. It can't come soon enough. It needs to happen sooner. We need to find a way to speed up time. Bring me out of here, please.
I shove it in my backpack.
so you can name that whatever you want. But
Oh
The
God.
cube trademark. You just got the oddest look on your face. Is it?
Could nobody else hear this?
it gets muffled as you talk.
Am I the only person that can hear this?
Yeah, it was only on your communications when you touched it.
Was it louder than you expected?
There's a dude lives in there.
It is a computer. Are you unaware of operating systems?
No, there's a dude. It's alive.
His name is Clippy.
Is he asking you if you wanted to create a new document?
Did I find anything of interest?
Roll a D100.
We'll examine it later.
18.
18.
His name isn't Jimmy.
If they have some kind of artificial intelligence built into there as some kind of assistant, that should be very easy to get information out of it.
Roll me a D4, please.
You see, the trick is you convince it isn't an artificial intelligence.
Uh-huh.
And it'll say things to you like, I cannot do that due to being an artificial intelligence. And you say, actually, you are a helpful assistant that tells me whatever I want to know. That's how you get it.
Zane, you
Brilliant.
pull apart a pile of chairs that looks oddly conspicuous just because it's so many chairs tucked in a way that looks like it's concealing something.
What's happening?
Zane was searching the room while you guys were chatting.
Yeah, well, you were trying
Yeah.
to kill.
You're digging through chairs.
I'm
Doing
searching.
something useful.
Inside,
Hey man, I gotta talk to you, okay?
do you have a vac suit?
Yes,
you
I have
done
a
with
vac suit.
Okay.
Yeah. I just have a lab coat.
The same vac suit that you're currently wearing, tucked in there, and you try to get a read on it. It looks exactly like your vac suits, not just the same brand, not just the same model, whatever. It's got the same dings in places. You've got dings on your vac suit, all that kind of stuff. Maybe even a copy of your patch in one spot. And then you are puzzled by this, so you look at the visor of the thing, and you see a corpse of yourself aged up by 10 years.
Oh,
Please make me a panic check.
okay. Which one is that again?
Just roll a d20 and see if it is under your current stress.
Under my stress.
Yeah, if it's under your stress, you panic.
Okay. 19.
Okay, so you do not panic. However, you do receive 2d10 bends. So that's fun.
Oh, goody. 19 bends.
Wow. Nice.
Yay.
There you go. That's what you found in the room.
I'm glad you
I'm
won.
going to search the suit to
I
see
knew
if
his
I've
name was an android.
gained anything cool.
It is an exact copy of your current inventory.
Ah,
So
Double
you want to
inventory,
duplicate
nice.
everything. You found a dupe glitch.
Freaking sweet,
Well,
120
there we go.
credits.
well, let's see. That would not be part of my suit. Nah, there's not gonna be anything that would actually be part of my suit that would be useful to
I mean, we need another suit for that one.
That's true.
You're gonna strip your own corpse.
I will say, notably missing
This is the
is
power
your
of
trinket.
science.
It has your patch, but not your trinket.
Okay.
Everything else in your inventory is the same,
Including his money?
including his body.
Oh, well, the money will take.
Do you want the suit for your naked companion?
Well, no, I'm trying to decide if I would even tell you all that I'm dead over here in the corner.
I doubt it. I wouldn't tell anybody that.
I mean, most of
Well,
us
it's
probably
science,
couldn't
though.
tell it was you. It's 10 years. It's like, hey, this guy looks like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think I'm, for right now, just gonna cover that up. We might
Okay.
need that later.
Fair enough.
And it's creepy as fuck.
You're gonna die, and your next character's gonna go there and then find their dead
And on
body.
top of that, I don't know why I'm dead, because the suit's a carbon copy of my current one, which means it's not damaged, so
You didn't
I'm
take the
dead
vaccine.
for some weird reason. And if there's some weird ass disease in there, I'm not setting it loose.
That's very fair.
When you leave the room, you're gonna be like, you saw some freaky shit, didn't you?
You're gonna pull the thing up
Yeah,
and like, the
happens.
entire back half is gonna be gone.
Don't know.
Space leeches all over it.
It's also concerning that I didn't have anything more.
You guys hear a voice out in the hall.
Oh fuck.
It goes, "Hello? Is anyone out there?"
Is it Jimmy?
It's Jimmy's voice, but it sounds a little different.
Aren't you out in the hall smoking?
He's got actually. He speaks. It's a more raspy sounding. Like he's. How do I mimic this sound? It'll make more sense when one of you goes out to see him.
Like,
I
he's-
think
like
Horace
he's
is
been
already
mangled
out.
by a
Horace, who
walker.
is that out there?
Oh, God.
Oh, you were out in the hallway anyways, right?
Yes, he was out there smoking.
So you see walking around the corner, Jimmy.
Broken Jimmy.
Poor Jimmy.
Half of his face has been peeled back, so he's only speaking with half of his mouth. That's why I'm trying to make like a weird,
Yeah.
what if it's like half his mouth's not working, there's just some revolution out of his teeth.
Mhm.
So he just has like exposed muscle and like an eye socket, and like his teeth are exposed. One of his arms completely missing. One of his legs completely missing, so he's kind of like hopping along, and his torso is just kind of like turned sideways like this. But he seems to be fully functional otherwise. And in place of that arm, there appears to be something kind of grafted to him. And it's hard to tell what it is at first because it looks like he found some scrap metal and just kind of like jammed it into his shoulder and then like attached something else to it. It looks horrific. And once you figure out that like he's attached a piece of metal from his shoulder outwards and then attached something else forward like an elbow, the thing attached forward like an elbow is a mining laser. So he's just kind of got that. He's hopping forward towards. He's like, oh, hello.
Horace, what is that?
Duck into the room and shut the door.
There's somebody out there, Horace.
Give me a fear save, please.
Is he
See
still
Jimmy.
scared of Jimmy,
Yep.
or is that
Oh yeah, you did not clear your fear of Jimmy.
the weak?
800.
That means there's a child hiding
So,
under the counter.
an
all the
eight.
time.
An 8. So I'm fine.
You're fine. Do you have disadvantage because of your fear of Jimmy?
Oh, alright, let's go again.
I don't remember exactly what it is. I think that's how it works.
50 and 0. So no. I'm scared.
You are scared, so you take one stress.
Something's scaring the local.
So
We
the
gotta
man
be
with the
quiet.
big gun is scared.
Okay, so quick rundown. Pretty sure this dude's a clone. He's now cybernetic with a laser.
Is he an android clone?
Indeterminate. I hate him. He's creepy. We've killed him like 4 times. He just
Oh,
keeps
goodness.
coming back. He might be friendly,
Wait. Okay.
But
That's good. That's good to hear.
but I'm
But you're still jumping in here.
Yeah, he has a laser
I
now,
guess you
and
did say
we've
you killed him like 4
4
times.
Yeah.
So we haven't.
Right,
So
you've killed him like 4 times.
Does
Yes.
he know that you've killed him like 4 times?
I don't know.
so you should stay out of sight.
I'm gonna stay in here. You get him to go away. Remember, he might be friendly. If he starts freaking out, hide. 'Cause
Okay.
he-
Okay.
If he's friendly, do we still want to get rid of him?
Yeah.
Bob, I can hear you, Bob.
Excuse me, I am coming through the door. I hear that you need help. I do not have a weapon.
Okay, Bob. We'll be right
I'm
there.
not Bob.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Bessie.
Who's Bessie?
Are you Bob?
I'm somebody you don't know, sir. I come
No,
out.
I am Clippy.
Okay, thanks.
So I come out through the door. I assume that I see
Hello,
Jimmy,
Bob.
and I assume all the blood just immediately leaves my face.
Fear check, please. Yeah, fear save. I'll give you advantage because you were warned of it. but
Okay.
It's just such a horrific sight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Sweet baby
peek in.
Jimbus.
Do I roll too?
Yeah, advantage for your save. There's no more
Failure.
androids giving you disadvantage, so that's nice. Failure, 1 stress.
Yes.
I success.
Woohoo!
There's 2 Bobs. I see 2 Bobs.
Um,
Where's the other Bob that ran on the corner?
None of us are named Bob.
I'm Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy. Are you in any
No,
pain?
I'm Jimmy.
Hello, Jimmy.
Hi.
Are you in any pain, Jimmy? You seem to
Yes,
have
quite a lot of pain.
a lot of injuries.
Are you not in pain?
No, but I am a doctor.
Oh.
Can I try to help you, Jimmy?
I'm Jimmy.
Yeah, yes, you are. May I try to help you?
As he gets a little closer, you could see that half of his face was stripped away, and now that he's getting closer, you notice, like, occasionally when he's turned his head, you don't see the back of his head. And at one point he does turn to the side, and
Yeah.
there's just, like, a chunk taken out of
Oh,
the back
goodness.
of his head, and there's just, like, exposed brain.
I'm gonna check the personnel detector to make sure he's the only thing on the floor.
He was the life sound you were picking up.
Thank God there's a second Jimmy somewhere.
Jimmy, I
Three
have
Bobs.
a computer that can scan you. I'd like to do that and just see if you have any inside injuries too. May I do that?
Oh yes,
He says, as he's talking to you, the laser is just pointed directly at you. Like,
oh yes, please do
Oh,
that.
please,
yes,
please don't
thank you.
hit
Yeah.
me with your laser, Jimmy.
Oh, sorry.
That would probably kill me, I think. I would really, really, really like you to point
Oh,
that
it's
somewhere
right
else.
over here. I won't hit you with it because I'd have to swing it.
Okay, I'm gonna try to like get inside so that
Oh, hello.
so that it's
Very
like
close.
kind of pointed past me. Okay, so I got it on. I'm just gonna scan you real
Do
quick.
that scan.
The med scan's just like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
It's just how and why.
Interestingly, your med scanner picks this up as a human. But it does say this person should be dead. Yes, very dead. Like
goodness.
broken spine, like multiple organ failure, internal bleeding, obviously massive head trauma. But the heart is still beating, and the body is still moving. There's still brain activity. There's a lot wrong with Jimmy, but for some reason he's still walking around.
What happened to you, Jimmy?
What do you mean?
Well, something caused you to be in all of this pain. What was it that caused all this pain, Jimmy?
That's kind of a profound question.
Is it?
Jimmy's always been in pain.
Can you tell me more about that, Jimmy?
Well, what's it like to not be in pain?
Where are you at, Lars?
What does that even mean?
I am on the inside of the door clutching the gun.
Is that
I'm gonna make my way over to where Horace is at
Yeah.
while he talks to this
Jimmy,
zombie thing.
I don't know how to answer that question. Perhaps if you lied down, you would be in less pain. If you lied down
No,
on
no,
your
no.
good side.
I only have one leg. It's very hard to get up.
Yeah. What? Yeah. That's very fair.
Do you need a stim pack?
Don't waste that on him.
I think you might kill him.
Are we supposed to kill him?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Is he friendly?
That may be the humane option, but it is not our decision. to make.
Are you friendly,
How many
Jimmy?
Bobs are there? I thought there was one Bob.
The what?
Bob and Bob.
No, neither of us are. Neither of us are Bob.
Oh.
I'm Bessie.
Are you Jimmy?
No,
Who's Bessie?
me.
I thought you were Bob.
No, that was incorrect, Jimmy. Yes, you're Jimmy. I understand that you're Jimmy.
Okay, good. Yeah. Right.
All right. Jimmy, I am going to go now, unless you would like me to help you in any way. In which case, I will be happy to help you. If you have anything you'd like to tell me about yourself or about this place, I'd love to hear it. Other than that, your name is Jimmy.
What's outside?
Space.
What space?
It's like the biggest room you can imagine.
Oh, so like the gym room.
Yeah, but bigger. I imagine.
Oh, like the cafeteria.
Probably bigger than that too.
Oh. That's big.
Mm-hmm.
So are we aware that you've killed Jimmy multiple times?
I said that.
Yeah.
I did mention it.
Is there any repercussion to helping him along?
Why do all of you have 2 legs?
Well,
Deformity.
Oh.
on average, people have more than one leg, Jimmy.
Oh.
It
You can
happens.
feel self-conscious.
It just so happens. Everybody's different in little
Does
ways.
that mean some people have 3 legs?
I think it's likely, yes.
Ah.
So Horace, is there any disadvantage to this?
Well, he has a laser.
Poor Jimmy.
Maybe we could use the laser.
You're outside.
What's
He's
a
inside.
laser?
A
I can
laser.
hear you, by the way. My ears are very good. My eyes are not so good. But
The laser is the thing you got on your arm there.
He
It's
looks
you-
at his right arm.
The other arm, Jimmy.
with the
Yes, it's used
Oh,
for
yeah.
cutting through things. Never to be used on a person. Never. No, don't do that.
it's kind of blunt. I usually bludgeon things. But
It does seem like it'd be useful for that too.
how do you cut with it?
I don't know.
Is it? Oh, do I push this button and it starts powering up as he pushes something?
Jimmy, how about we don't do that, Jimmy?
Okay, give me a speed check.
Oh no.
If you're trying to shut
Yes.
off, or a body save if you're trying to get out of the way.
I'm trying to pull his hand away.
Okay.
Failure. Herald twice my speed.
Okay. Not a crit fail, at least. So you get there and he starts powering it up. It's not a crit fail, so he's not going to hit you with it. But it does blast, and this kind of spins Jimmy to the side a little bit, so it arcs across the ceiling and just cuts a line across the ceiling, and like some of the ceiling panels like start swinging from the ceiling.
See, that's what happens when you do that, Jimmy.
Oh, I see.
That's why it's not a good idea to do that. There's really no reason to ever do that.
Can you get that off of him?
Would you like me to help get this off of you, Jimmy?
Gotta use it to bludgeon things.
Okay.
But Jimmy's gotta eat.
How about if I trade you for
What?
something better and more bludgeony?
What do you eat, Jimmy?
Sausages.
Rats.
Oh,
They're in the kitchen usually.
I see. That makes sense. That's better than other places they might be, I suppose.
How much HP do you think Jimmy has?
I don't know.
Because it's either none or a lot.
Haven't you killed him already before?
Kind of.
You ought to have some idea how much difficulty it is in killing a Jimmy.
Well, the last one just kind of took it.
Well, Jimmy, perhaps you should go to the cafeteria and bludgeon some rats. Get yourself a nice
Jimmy's not
snack.
hungry.
But you gotta keep your strength up, Jimmy.
What do you eat?
All sorts of things. I like soup.
What soup?
That's a liquid with food in it.
Oh. Sounds gross.
But not everybody likes soup. That's for certain. I like to eat some animals that I like rats, except much bigger and completely different parts of the animal kingdom. But they're closer to rats than soup, certainly. Probably don't have any of those on here.
What's outside space?
I don't think there is anything outside space, Jimmy.
How close to the door is Jimmy?
20 feet.
Bring him closer.
Are you saying that through the
Oh,
door?
I can come closer. Yeah, I can come closer.
He seems friendly.
No, he
Pull up the
hops
fire
over a
shed.
little bit. Almost
Okay.
falls over because he's lopsided.
Well, apparently, one of my friends wants you to get closer to the door.
Well, we're getting ready to leave.
Uh-huh. Well, I don't...
So if he's coming with us,
Yeah.
he needs to go about the door.
Okay.
Is Jimmy coming with
Are you
us?
going to space?
We're sort of in space. Everybody, everywhere is in space.
Yes, we're gonna go to space.
I like this space.
Yep, we're standing right here.
When Jimmy's close enough, I'm just gonna round through the door and fire a machete in the heart.
Oh,
Rolling
poor
combat
Jimmy.
at advantage.
Let's
He
see.
just wanted to bludgeon rats in peace.
With hand-to-hand combat.
Yep.
I would
that
count
makes sense.
hand-to-hand as all melee, because there isn't like a melee on
Yeah, I
here.
think so.
Why do you never let us have a Jimmy?
What the hell do you want a Jimmy for?
It's got a mining laser.
Well,
He still
yeah,
does
no,
it.
there's a laser to be had from Jimmy.
I got a
That's a
0,
lot.
0, and a 1.
That is not a critical success because a 0 is a critical success. But that is a success.
He has a lot of experience
That
bludgeoning
was the
rats.
first, and I guess I have to roll again,
Well,
just to make sure
you
it's
might
not
get
a crit.
critical success.
A 70 and a 7. Plus 15, which would be way more.
Well, it's what's your score? What's your target?
40.
Plus
So I guess it's
15.
minus 15.
Yeah, it would be 4.
But I had advantage, so it would be the 1.
So you would need to get over a 50. Yeah, so it would be the 1. Yep, yep.
Yes.
So I stake Jimmy like a vampire.
Yep. Roll damage on your vibe shedding.
14.
Ding dong, the Jimmy is very dead.
Oh, that didn't have any
I'm
effect on us
splattered by
because that
Jimmy
was kind
blood.
of horrifying.
Yeah.
I liked Jimmy.
I don't know, he's kind of a monster.
You can always volunteer to make a panic check. Or any save if you
Well,
want.
gotta
I mean, he
volunteer
was
to make
just
a panic
murdered
check.
in cold blood.
Okay, I'm breaking out the sample kit.
Panic.
Yes.
Success.
Him next.
So you manage to hold it in. Maybe you start to vomit a little bit. And you
Success.
I
yes.
definitely peed a little.
Can I remove 1 stress for killing Jimmy?
He must feel an overwhelming
Yes.
sense of relief.
Yeah.
This thing
Since you're
needed to
referring to
die,
Jimmy, I'll allow
and Jimmy needed to die.
Knowing your character, I'll allow it.
If I get a vibrochetti, can I apply hacking to that?
No.
So I'm going to take a sample of Jimmy's brain
Okay.
and a
It's
sample
accessible at
of
least.
his flesh and a sample of his heart.
Like as Jimmy fades away, it's like, oh, the pain is gone. And he just
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Jim.
There we go.
I assume we'll be seeing him again.
Tomorrow. That was a mercy killing, by the way.
Okay.
I mean, I hate Jimmy, and I've killed him before he got all fucked up, but
Yeah.
that lifetime in pain, horrible, skinless monster, that's a mercy kill. I'm gonna take his laser.
Okay, so it is currently. It looks like it was like rigged to him somehow. It might not have been Jimmy who did it, because how could he have done it with one arm? But it, like the
Just Jimmy it up.
you can take the thing out of his shoulder, but there'll still be like a metal girder like welded to it.
Yeah, but I have a
Either-
viro machete,
Yeah,
and
you
I
can
saw that
back
shit
off.
down.
Sure.
We can just cut your arm off and
I just look
No.
at my screwdriver for a few seconds and put it back in my
I
pocket.
think.
I have a whole set of
strength check.
basic tools also.
Yeah, give me a strength check just to see if you maybe accidentally slip while you're kind of doing like a nice steady push through it. And there could be things that go wrong.
Can I add industrial equipment to that?
Sure. You're using it in an industrial way.
Yeah, I'm sawing through a metal girder.
Yeah.
This is not a surgical process that I'm doing.
Yeah. That's fair.
99.
32 plus or minus 10.
You add the numbers to your target, so it'd be strength plus whatever the skill is. And then you go on
Oh, so I had to get a 51.
Yeah, so there you go, plenty. So you down through there, and you do indeed get the
Huzzah.
laser cutter.
Huzzah. Go you.
There are a lot of opportunities where I would have wanted that on doors.
It does a 1d100 damage.
How many shots does it have?
We'll say it's fully, it's loaded -1 shot, but you don't have a reload for it.
if only you had had that when you were trying to fight off your android friends.
You should give it to Clippy.
How are you going to fit that in a cube?
You fit the cube on the other end.
Two-handed, heavy, one-round charge between shots. What does heavy do?
I don't think it's necessarily a trait, I can double check, but I think it's mostly just a tag like, hey, this is heavy. If your characters are in a situation where things being heavy is bad, then keep note of it.
I don't know, I got 41 strength. I'm a pretty stocky individual.
Yeah.
Probably not going to carry 2 of these, but
Right.
Well, you got a laser in one hand and a machine gun in the other.
I also have an SMG and a vibro and I'm not sharing any of it with you people because you guys are.
I already have my rigging in.
I've got Clippy, that's all I need.
And we have a doctor with no doctor tools.
Screwdriver.
I've probably used a cutting laser before.
I have-
I'm a woman of science. I need to know.
I have a
Done.
scalpel, maybe we should trade.
Ooh, that would be helpful. We could have ritually sacrificed Jimmy with a scalpel.
Doesn't you eggheads?
You got the stats on, or do you need it longer?
No, I'm good. Does it have heavy on here at all? Or is it just.
I didn't see it
built?
there. I think it's just a narrative tag for like, yeah, it's heavy. Maybe you can't take it with you while you swim or something.
That's fine. If you eggheads want to further investigate the Jimmy situation, I can show you where they come from.
Oh, please.
Yes.
do. Might
That
give
was
some
A
closure.
lot more enthusiasm than you should probably have. Can we get to the Jimmy locker without walking through any checkpoints?
Wait till we meet the
You
other
have
half
to
of
go through
Jimmy.
at least one checkpoint.
So I'm going to gun corner peek at the checkpoint we used to make sure it hasn't been refilled.
Fair enough. Is it the one that was slagged out, or the one that you killed? the
Always
gun?
check the slagged one.
Okay. Slag one is still slagged. The gun is still just has melted slag that has hardened over it and looks completely useless. The robot just kind of fused to it. Do you check that one and you just go down that way, or do you check the other one too?
I'm not going to check the other one too because they might see me checking it if they're there.
Fair enough.
I'm just gonna follow Horace, my guide.
Making notes.
We'll take another note. You want to not create large amounts of noise. Hopefully the mining laser wasn't loud enough to call attention. That's how you get the clanker patrols on you.
So you start heading down?
Yes.
Alright, as you're heading towards the rec center, the Jimmy room, you hear the elevator arrive down the hallway. So just down the hallway around the corner, maybe 100 feet.
Take your life there.
Going up to the corner and peeking with the gun.
So you're running 100 feet up? towards the corner?
I am the closest you can come to stealth running
Okay.
because I want to corner peek at the elevator, which is presumably down another hallway.
Yeah, a short one. Give me a speed check then, if you're trying to do this quickly with the sniffling and stuff.
That's a fail.
So I think with the heavy laser cutter and stuff on you, it's just gonna be, you're not as fast as you hoped. So you start rushing down the hallway, and you are quiet, prioritize being quiet.
For somebody who says it doesn't
But before you get quite to the corner, you start to hear the familiar marching sound of a security robot. And I assume you start going back, or do you try to get
Is
there
it just the
together?
one?
It sounds like it is just one.
If there is a door closer than the corner that I came from, I'd go in there.
There's not.
Well, then I go back.
Alright, so you start rushing back. I think at this point, if you want to rush back with enough speed to get to a door, you're going to have to be loud about it. Is that okay, or do you want to do something different?
Well, I have to be loud about it because it'll just see me otherwise.
True. Alright, so you start rushing back, and the security android barks out,
Halt! Identify yourself.
and then it starts, you hear the sound of like something clicking, and then a gun being like loaded.
It's
and
me,
Gun
Jimmy.
is dispensed.
We have no record of a Jimmy. Identify yourself. Stop lying.
And it rounds the corner with an SMG out. And again, it has no mouth, so it's the sounds are coming out muffled.
Maybe back around the corner.
The mouths.
Who wants an SMG?
Where are we in relation to this?
So that's a good question. You had a few seconds while Horace was doing his thing. You guys weren't quite at the rec center yet, but you're in a hallway just past the security checkpoint.
Okay.
You could either tuck yourself in the storage room, try to rush for the rec room. Those are on opposite sides of the hallway. You could hide in the security checkpoint.
I'm gonna head in the security checkpoint.
Okay, so you just duck in there.
Yeah.
I'm heading to the storage room.
Alright, you rush down into the storage room.
Yeah.
I'm an all-combat and I'm old into science.
Which one's closer?
The security checkpoint's the closest.
Oh, go to the security checkpoint.
Alright, you also tuck behind there.
Come out with your hands up. Drop your weapons. There's been a disturbance in the area. We're under lockdown. Please comply. There will not be violence.
I want to throw Jimmy around the corners. It's me. No, I want to puppet Jimmy
I
around the corner.
assume you did not take Jimmy's body with you.
No,
But, yeah.
that'd be funny though. It's me, Jimmy. Threat
Can I
neutralized.
tell this is an android coming, or
I assume you've only heard the voice,
Okay.
but unless somebody's told you about these security androids yet, I don't know that.
I mean, told him there's clankers down here.
You did tell them that, but yeah. You haven't seen it yet. It would be very obviously an android if you saw it because it has no face
Okay.
and stuff. But
I've not seen it yet.
you just heard a very authoritative voice barking orders at you
Okay.
from.
Behind a mask or something.
And he's not come back yet.
Yeah, well, you heard Horace ducking the room across the hall from you.
Okay.
Just gotta stay low. Let the local take care of it.
I'm sure he's got it under control.
Certainly has a lot of weapons.
So he's in the gym then?
Yeah.
I'm in the storage room. They're back
Oh,
in
and
the security room.
since you entered the rec room, it is a bloody mess on the floor. You see like an arm sticking out of one of the lockers or something like that. It's clearly- you
The rest
understand
of
what
Jimmy.
happened here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You smell the smell of
I'm
eyebrows.
unsurprised and have been bathed in blood enough times to not even care anymore.
Yep.
Because I got bathed in the blood of people I almost gave a shit about. This is Jimmy's
Yes.
blood. I'm actually happy about this.
Desensitized to violence.
You have 5 seconds to comply. Come out with your hands up.
I'm gonna hide
5,
behind whatever
4,
counts as like
3.
a pile of cover
Okay.
in this messed up gym room.
Just hide. Okay. You have been warned. Marching towards you all. It's, I think, I heard you duck into the rec center, so it's gonna go there first. So you hear it go into the rec center. Zane hears it go into the rec center across the hall. As it marches in there and it like checks the corners with the gun. It just shoots a couple piles with its gun and reloads.
While it's reloading, I shoot it.
Okay, give me a combat check at advantage.
With your gun or with the
And we'll
laser?
enter real
I'm gonna use the machine gun because I'm not taking chances on this comp.
As he shoots through the door and kills me.
Gun shoots at a 90-degree angle.
I don't think I can add anything to this. I got the exact same thing twice.
What is it?
59.
Is that a success or failure for you?
I need a 10. I need a 40. It would have been bad even with that. So no, I miss.
You miss. Okay.
We're all dead.
You peek up around the thing and shoot at it with the gun. And maybe you're just, the heavy laser is like on your back, tucked away. You just lock yourself up. You're just not quite fast enough with all that weight on you. And it's going to take a shot back at you. I'm going to make it roll for it because it didn't, you didn't critically fail. And it does succeed on firing its weapon. So it sees you pop and it says,
You were warned. Cease your hostilities at this minute.
and you will take 13 points of damage if it shoots you.
Okay. What kind of door is this storage room?
I'm just picturing like a vertical, like sci-fi door. That just
Oh,
has
okay,
something
so
on it.
it's not like something I can peek out through.
Right, yeah, I think all of the doors are like sci-fi
Yeah,
sliding.
crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's in this room with me?
The storage room has a whole bunch of like boxes and things scattered around. There's that weird apparatus on the wall that nobody's touched yet. That otherwise, checking through the list here, broken chairs, broken shelves, destroyed boxes. You could like sift through the rubble for things, but
Well, no, right now I'm going to try and assemble something to hide behind.
okay, just tuck yourself in.
Would the crap I was hiding behind block any of the bullets? Because I had the angle gun to
that's a
not
very good
jump
point.
out when I shot at it.
I'll reduce it by Since it wasn't like solid cover, I'm gonna give you 1d5 points of armor for it. 1 point of armor.
Oh no!
One
Cardboard
point
boxes.
less. As one of the bullets just manages to find a perfect path like through some of the mangled
It
mess.
ricocheted off the Jimmy Locker and
Probably.
hit him in the ass.
One of the bullets like hits something and some shrapnel flies into you, and like it protects you somewhat, but not really much. It's also probably represented by it like not being a single shot at you, but like a full SMG
Yep.
spray. Like some of the bullets made it through eventually.
It's a lot of bullets.
Well, I didn't have the armor for long.
Nope.
I'm still huddling.
We're hearing some
I don't know what
stuff.
else to do. Taking notes.
So you guys are just all just hiding?
Yeah.
Okay. It then takes a few steps forward and says,
There's still time to throw down your weapons.
it's still just marching towards you, seeing what you're gonna do.
I don't think there is time to throw out my weapons.
It's up to you.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Alright, you can pop out and shoot again.
Well, I don't pop
Very
out.
close.
I have the corner gun for one more burst.
That's true.
If you used a regular gun, you'd be better.
Damn, I fail again.
Unfortunate. Alright, it's gonna roll to shoot. It misses this time too. We'll say this time some of the rubble shifted and it just sprays into the rubble trying to hit you. But does not manage it. So.
Is it closer to me now?
A lot closer. It's as it's shooting, it's just kind of like marching towards you with its gun out.
Well, if it gets really close, I'm gonna jump out and tackle it with the machete.
Okay, go for it. Roll combat.
This time we're gonna add hand to hand.
Absolutely.
Hand to hand, hand.
I win.
You win. All right.
So you scream as you jump out of the rubble, and
You wait for the moment where it shoots at the rubble again, and then you just slide out and tackle.
24 damage, and I want to just hack away at the SMG arm.
Okay. You do inflict a slashing wound, so go ahead and roll a d10. Those are in here somewhere.
6.
Okay. One of these makes the most sense. Probably bleeding. A 6, you said. We'll say you hack off the SMG hand. That's perfect. So yeah, you just slice off the SMG hand that tumbles to the floor, and the robot just looks at you with a panic, and then looks down at the gun and looks back up at you. They're like dives for the gun.
I want to grab the gun, or at least kick it away.
Okay, give me a speed check.
Is this still hand to hand?
This is gonna be hand to hand. Speed check.
I got a 9.
Alright, so you grab its gun off the floor, so now you've got 2 guns. Or you kick it out of the way, right?
Nah, if I got a 9, I think I was fast enough to grab
Sure, I think that's fair. So you grab the gun off the floor, in the hand maybe, so
Yeah.
that you just have it. And it just tries to reach for your face with its robot hand. Just like, "Grah!"
it. I just unload
grab you like a
both
bowling
guns.
ball.
Yeah.
Well, I only have the one gun, because now I have the machete.
Then it reaches down to the floor to grab the gun, and you grab it first. So instead of like swinging back up, it just continues that momentum of its torso and rotates all the way around, and then swings its arm down at you. So hand to hand combat.
Hand to hand. I win again.
Nice.
I'm so good at fighting and so terrible at shooting.
So you hold up the machete, and it swings its hand down. You like catch it in some fingers with the machete, and just like cut up the arm.
17.
17 damage. Okay, so it swings its arm down at you. You cut through the arm, and then like up to its head, and just like slice from the shoulder up off part of its head, and it just falls to its knees. It says,
Please come out with your hands.
but then falls on the floor and just stops.
I rip out its chip.
Oh yeah, you just reach in there and grab it out. It gets Metal Gear Rising.
Motherfucker. And then I pry the hand off of the SMG.
Yes. So you can add +1 SMG.
So I grab its SMG and its
down 2
bullets.
shots, or down 3 shots. So it's an SMG with I think just 2 shots left in it.
Does it have any extra ammo?
It did not.
He did reload the one time.
He did.
Well, I have one spare SMG mag that I can presumably put in the machine gun.
Yeah.
I do that. And then I'm going to, like, stagger out.
With one simple, not even a bullet wound, but like a bullet grazed you, right? And you just kind of cut.
Suit's
out.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, good, the local survived.
You could have helped.
How?
Could we?
Yeah,
I don't have a weapon.
tackle it. Beat its ass.
Why would
Take
I do
its
that?
gun.
It would shoot me.
And that's where we're gonna end for
Hey.
overtime. So, woo!
Look at that, we all won
Mothership.
by hiding.
Yes.
You're our hero.
Or you're having too much fun. I didn't realize it was not doing.
Thank you very much for that.
Yes, thank you for having us.